our game of some other year, GOSOY,
Exciting.
1995. So last week we decided 1995 will be the next year that's bestowed on the game of some other year title. This year, insane roster, the Chrono Triggers, the Donkey Kong Country 2s, the Tekkens, the Ridge Racers. What we have to do though is pick 6 games. So that's our official 6 nominees. We are changing it up a little bit. So we have a top 10. So we'll have 4 extra games. So I guess like 7, 8, 9, 10 that we need to work through. We all have one pick that we can just force in if we want to. And that can only happen in that 7, 8, 9, 10 spot. And yeah, we'll go from there. It's going to be on for a young and old, I think. So look at this insanity.
Love it. How long did that take you to lay that out?
Not as long as I look. Just a behind the scenes secret of the show. I automate because I spent all this time learning mathematics and programming and never using it really in my work life, being a business person. But I normally code everything that we do on the show, so that's fast for me to do it, and it doesn't take time. This I started coding it, but I was just so tired. I just ended up doing it manually.
See, on my screen, it's quite pixelated, so it's kind of funny. I know what a lot of them are, but I look at Mortal Kombat 3, and the text underneath is just jumbled mess on my screen.
Yeah.
Intergod sometimes makes this mistake and forgets that we have audio listeners. So just to describe this to our audio listeners, we have an array of game covers on the screen, which covers, I think, most of the big games, if not all of them.
It's all of the games that we consider worthy of discussion. So there's 82 from memory.
I was going to say, all right, about 82.
And we're not going to talk about all 82, by the way.
So it's 80,
well laid
80.
out.
So there's 80 games that we're considering. And then I think what we do is, so this is also games like, NBA Live 96, stuff like this, right? Where it's just like, I personally think we just go, let's just acknowledge and move on. If makes sense.
That's a number one pick.
So do you want to do a quick pass of just like downing games? So, games that, yes, they're on the list, but probably won't get to the final stages of consideration or discussion. Is that a good approach?
Yeah, all right. Earthbound.
Shut up.
Screw it.
Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up, you idiots. I'm going to take
Trigger,
NBA Live. I'm going to drag down here. NBA Live 96.
Garfield, maybe?
That was my number one.
This baseball game on Saturn.
What about Garfield? Are we really going to...
Yeah, let's drag down Garfield. Where's Garfield?
I mean, it wasn't a bad game. I actually remember playing
Can't you do it like a bit sequentially? It's like... Instead of jumping all over like ADHD, mister?
I can't see.
Yeah, we can't tell what the game is.
Wait, hang on. Let's see if I can make this a little bit.
So that was, I know that's an NFL game, isn't it?
Rayman,
yeah, that's an NFL game. No, leave that. No, leave that. No, I'm just saying the obvious ones that are just like...
okay, well, Ridge Racer. Is Ridge Racer really something?
Wait, no.
You're an idiot. Okay. You're an absolute idiot sometimes.
Fair enough.
All right, second row, NHL, drag that down.
Okay.
None of us are clearly mid-90s sports game fans.
No, I am, but I just think 96 is not a particular interesting year. 94 would have been challenging because you got NHL 94, Madden. There's a whole bunch of games.
There is the game that, and I see where it is. It's right in the middle next to Full Throttle. But the game that I made sure was on here that I do love. But
International Superstar Soccer.
Yeah, Deluxe specifically. I love that game, but I don't think it's going to make the cut.
No. Let's just make quick decisions because it's going to take forever. Clock Tower.
Star.
Just wait. Clock Tower. I wanted to raise it, but I want to drag that down.
Yeah.
How do you know? Maybe I had it.
You don't even know what Clock Tower is. Tell me what Clock Tower is and what's the history behind it.
It's like an adventure game.
You idiot.
A point, well, not quite a point and click, like Myst kind of.
No.
Game.
All right. I'm dragging down D. Madden 96. That's not the best Madden in that era. What else is just like some of the real obvious ones? Beavis and Butthead. Get rid of that.
No,
yeah.
hey.
Okay. Just okay. If it's not super clear, let's just. All right. Cool.
Keep it
How
up
about
there.
Blade Force? I don't even know what that game is.
Yeah, drag that down. So some of these games I've included because they're like 3DO game of the year and all this other kind of stuff.
How about the first Air Combat?
I've dragged that out.
I'm not going to choose that. No, I know it's a beloved series, but
we're not. Yeah.
We've called it out. Alpine Racer arcade game. Drag that down.
Nah. Yeah.
This is not getting any easier looking at the rest of the list.
No, but the idea is we
just eliminate some of the real easy ones.
Yeah.
How about Defender 2000 on the Jaguar? I don't know where that is.
Yeah.
Let me look for it.
Okay, to take that one down.
Maybe actually Intergot, you lead it so that you
know
where
here we go.
Is.
Yeah. Take that down there.
Okay, what about Rice Star? What's that one? Second row.
Yeah,
Rice Star's a really cool game, but I don't think it's...
I don't think any...
Yeah, let's take that down. It is a kind of crazy year because like a lot of these games, like I've got a list of 18 games and I'm like, Battle Arena Toshinden.
Oh,
all right, move on. If it's at all, we just move on.
Garfield.
Where is it? Which row?
It's on the right hand side.
Here we go. On the right hand side. We take that down. The Garfield's gone. Some of these games are so small. Fade to Black. Take that out.
No.
Okay, move on.
No.
All right.
Well,
I don't want to discuss it. No.
Fine.
If there's any doubt, Jumping Flash. Take that out.
What's the one with the green man?
Okay.
What's the green man guy?
Vector Man.
Yeah, it's all right.
Take that out. All right, take that out.
It is a good game.
The Dig?
No.
All right, move on. No, if there's any doubt, we'll just move on for now and we'll come back to it. King of Fighters 95, cool arcade game. Very seminal for me, but I put that down.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm happy to put
See
it
you,
down.
Terry. Twisted Metal?
I see the thing.
All right, let's move on.
Twisted Metal 2 exists, so I can't. Yeah, no.
So okay. So wait, was that a yes or a no?
No, take it out.
Take it out.
Okay. Take it out. Yeah,
because of Twisted Metal 2, unfortunately.
If there's a debate, then
again,
keep it in. Donkey Kong Land, fantastic game. Donkey Kong Country 2 was released in the same year. Sorry, that's got to go.
I would not call Donkey Kong Land a fantastic game.
Oh, I think it's actually really cool.
And I played a lot of that. Game.
I think for what it is, and it's on Game Boy, it's incredible.
It's trash of a game. Donkey Kong Land 2 and 3 are good. Donkey Kong Land can go suck balls.
It's just like Donkey Kong Country 1. Luna, very good game, but all right, let's move on.
There's way better RPGs this year.
So move it out. Okay, move it out.
Yeah.
Gex, 3DO game.
Nah. Oh, I remember it, but take it out.
Poor Gex. Really sold well though, Gex.
That was a good game.
A lot of these games are great. They're just not going to have a chance in our top.
World Heroes Perfect.
Nah.
Out.
All
right.
Sorry, fighting game fans. We're trashing a lot of the SNK games.
No, but there are a lot of fighting games on this list, though. That's some of the struggle. Oh man, it's already getting like a lot of games I either want to talk about or.
What's that? Eternal Empress? I have no idea what it says.
Eternal Champions. So that is
good.
I wish I'd played that game more. It's a big
on the Mega
game,
CD. Right, that's out. So I'm just dragging these all the way down to the bottom for now.
What's the Chaos? The one that just moved a little bit.
Chaos Control.
Not sure that game.
All right, let's drag it out. We don't know it.
Sorry. Might end up being a really good game. Just drag out the best game.
Just drag the games we don't know.
Phantasmagoria, no.
Very seminal game for me. I remember when it was like banned in Australia and stuff like that.
Yeah.
One of the early banned games, but that's not going to be Game of the Year.
I don't think that game's regarded for its quality of the game itself. So
No, it's not, yeah. Crusader. We already mention that?
Crusader, I want to keep that one.
Move on.
I like that one.
No, let's just move on. Okay, no. Ooh, I'm really just trying to pick off the easy wins here, but this is getting...
WrestleMania? Was that good?
Let's go.
Yeah, you can... That game's not bad.
Where is it?
Not top 10.
Where is it?
I don't know where it is.
Which row?
Third row.
Third row. Midway at the end or? Third. Okay, yeah. Drag that out. Warhawk. Move it out.
Probably one. Yeah, probably.
Sweeney, any objections?
No objections.
Okay, no objections. So, you know what? It feels like we've done hundreds, but we're not even halfway.
Did we already take out World Series Baseball?
Let me just double check.
I don't know where it is.
We have.
All right, cool. Oh, it's getting tougher.
It is. God, dude, it's elevated already. Because I'm also skipping over ones that I think you guys might raise an objection to. So I'm not even mentioning it at this stage. Night Warriors. So
I don't know what that. Darkstalkers.
Yeah, Darkstalkers for us.
There's no.
We're going to get so much hate from.
But I mean, it's not like we're saying the fact that these games were even appeared on here means that they were considered.
Yeah, we want to flag it. We like it. Like that game was really cool. I remember in the arcades at the time, man, that was sick. That looks so sick, that game. Comic Zone, very cool looking game on the Mega Drive / Genesis.
Let's not trash it just yet.
Okay. Descent. Very cool game, but I just can't see it in the top 10.
There's another very similar game in this list that I would leave in over it. So
I think I know what you're talking about. I haven't mentioned
Terminal Velocity.
Yeah, correct.
The different games, but okay, yeah.
No, but they're very similar.
Very similar.
So
we'll get rid of Descent?
I reckon you can probably get rid of that one. I won't pick it as good as it is.
All right. This is, I mean, we are cutting into the real games now. Well, that's a terrible way to phrase it. We're cutting into the games that I think some people would put in their top 10 now. Mega Man 7?
Yeah, I'm not going to choose Mega Man 7.
I'm not going to choose it either, so.
Very, very cool game. I like it, but no.
Kirby? What's the top right game?
This one?
Yeah.
Oh, this is very Tales.
I've tried to love Tales of Fantasia. I don't know if it's just because I had to play it emulated. There was no other way I could play it, and also translated. I don't think it's going to make our top 10.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Well, if you're not lobbying for it, definitely won't be. So
yeah, it's obviously started a series that I do love, but I'm not
kept it in there for you. I kept that in there for you.
Yeah. And you mentioned Kirby, Mike. Which Kirby? There's 2 Kirby games.
Kirby's Avalanche.
Ooh, move on.
Yeah, okay. Move on. Okay.
Okay, like Mario Tennis on the Virtual Boy.
No.
It's actually a really good game, but yeah, gonna move that.
Have any of us played it?
Yeah, I've played it on the emulator. Not the real version. And then also Red Alarm. Let me just search for where Red Alarm is. Red Alarm's wait, that's not Red Alarm. Yeah, Red Alarm's here. That's another very famous Virtual Boy game that I'm gonna drag because you guys definitely wouldn't have played that. Oh man.
Should we be playing it though?
Jesus, what's this game?
Any more fighting games that were unlikely to be?
Oh no, we already said that we were not going to move that game. I am skipping over games that I think you will raise an objection to.
How about Time Crisis?
Yeah.
No, let's just keep it for now. Destruction Derby?
The sequel was better, so unfortunately I'm going to say no.
I enjoyed it back in the day, but now you can take it out.
That game was so
awesome.
It's
cool. Very important. Will any of us pick
it's such a 90s game, man.
It's very important. It's very important to the early days of the PlayStation, but there's also other games on here that represent that better for me.
Oh, and much more important as well. Yeah, definitely. We're making progress. Yeah. Like, can you guys eyeball? Like, what are we looking at here?
What about Dark Forces?
We're about 25 or so. Yeah, Dark Forces.
I love Jedi Knight. I love Jedi Knight, but I didn't spend enough time with the original.
Different kind of game too. It was more of a first-person shooter from memory.
Well, Jedi Knight was also.
Happy to take it out.
Yeah,
personally.
Look, I love this game, but yeah,
same.
I think we have to get into the ones where are we realistically getting into the 10, the top 10. All right. So,
I've got a game that I 100% want to trash.
Yeah, which one?
Is Dracula X.
Oh, really? Why?
It's a horrible game.
It's not a horrible game.
It is. It's absolute trash of a game. It is Rondo of Blood is a great game, and that is a horrible, horrible adaptation of it. I hired that game out, and I'm so sad that I wasted my money on that piece of shit.
Tell us what you really think.
And I love Castlevania.
I feel like we
Dracula
should
X
force it in.
Yeah, that's going to be my forced nominee now.
You guys played Dracula X?
No.
Yeah, I have played it, but I don't hate on it as much as you do.
We just want you to play it
but
again.
It's out. Okay, it's out. Jeez, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it's out.
I don't care if I offend anybody. It's a shit game.
All right, now come at Swinny at gmail.com and send all your hate mail to him, not to me.
I feel sorry for that person that has that account.
Swinny at gmail.com.
What are you saying? It's this Swinny. All right.
How about Rayman?
See, look, we've got to get into the ones that are like not going to make it, right?
You're not going to make it, and
I like the game. Yeah,
same, but I also feel like it's going to be a really hard one to judge because it's that PlayStation 3D era that just doesn't really hold.
It's not 3D. It's 2D. It's 2D.
Was it the 2D? Oh, that was the 2D one.
Don't worry, viewers. Swinny and Intergot will drive this.
Yeah.
No, look, I don't know. Amazing series. Later games just incredible. Like 9/10 out of 10 games, but yeah, this one definitely doesn't hold up as well. All right, so Rayman's gone. Can we do a different thing now? Can we?
Yes.
So I'll start dragging things around a little bit.
Okay.
Can we start just going, what are things that we think are just locks for ballpark top 10?
Okay, right. That I'm going to
So we can just separate a little bit. You want to do that, Swinny?
Yeah, that sounds like a plan.
Okay. So let's where's Chrono
Trigger?
Trigger?
One each? Why don't we at this point, do you guys want to do one each?
Sure. And this is not like saying these are in the top 10. We just think that, from our perspective, they're, top 10 games.
Yeah.
All right, you go, Mike.
Okay, so I'm going to go with Heroes of Might and Magic.
Okay.
At the bottom, the third one.
Yep. All right. Swinny?
I'm going to go Mortal Kombat 3.
Whoa, interesting. Okay. I'm going to go for Earthbound.
Okay, I'm going to go with Worms.
Okay. Swinny?
I'm going to go with, sorry, I'm just looking around, with Kirby's Dream Land 2.
Whoa. Where is it?
It's going to be such an interesting mix.
It's third.
First row, third.
Yeah.
I am going to go with, and I've got to look for it. It's a bit tricky because I've moved everything and I've lost all my places. Tactics Ogre.
Oh, okay. Warcraft 2.
Warcraft 2. Where is it, Mike? Help me out.
It's in the top row in the middle.
Middle-ish.
Yeah. That's the one I downloaded a specific cover because when he called it out.
Is it me?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm going for Earthworm Jim 2.
Wow.
That's second.
Damn.
Interesting one. Okay, cool.
I'm going to go for... I'm going to say second Densetsu 3.
Okay, Full Throttle. And the middle.
Okay. That's in the middle, second
in
row.
the middle.
Yeah. I'm going to go with Donkey Kong Country 2.
Well, we've already got 10 here, but...
No. Okay. I think at this point we're gonna kind of start to see process elimination here.
Well, I'm gonna go Yoshi's Island.
Okay, I'm gonna go. I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream at the middle, over to the right, next to Ridge Racer and next to Mech Warrior.
This one,
middle. Yep, that's the one.
All right, let me try to squeeze this in.
Yeah. I'm laboring this because you're dragging stuff around. I'm going to go Secret of Evermore.
Oh, okay, cool.
You might as well just put Chrono Trigger in there, bloody hell.
You going to help me?
Just drag it in there. Just drag it in there. Just
put it in.
Where is it?
Middle of the second row. On the left
middle
of the middle.
Second row. Yep.
Left of the middle. Yeah.
All right. Let's just put that up here. All right. Well, let's just hold that for now because that's way more than 10. Well, that's more than 10 anyway.
Well, yeah.
I'd like Darkseid. I'd like Crusader. I like Command and Conquer, please.
We're going to get through the rest, though. All
right. Let's start cutting. Let's go back to the cutting. You know how much I am an obsessive fan of Picross and Mario's Picross. Amazing game. I just struggle to see how it's going to be in the top 10.
I agree. It's good game, but yeah. It's also Picross. It's kind of like... It's Picross, It's great. It's great, but it's not kind of like top 10 material grade.
I don't agree with that kind of thought pattern. Like, if it was a year that Tetris came out, I'd be fighting for that to be in the top 10. I think Tetris is one of the greatest games ever. And you can just go, it's just Tetris. It's not very much to it. Picross, I love Picross, man. I freaking love Picross.
I'm gonna take out Hexen if you guys want. Love the game back in the day, but I'm
glad we got it here. I love Hexen.
Being agreed.
What a cool era of games, where they're just modding it and, they're going on to go onto Call of Duty, leading some of the Call of Duty games. It's pretty incredible.
I'm suggesting we take out Wipeout. It is a very well-regarded game.
Controversial, I know. Yes.
No, but again,
I know.
I agree, though.
These are all good games, or most are good games.
Not
Wipeout. Yeah, not Dracula's. Wipeout is obviously one of them. Again, you can't. I can't separate the fact that I've seen what a better version of that game is, and that's that's not the last game on this list. That also I feel the same.
Okay. I think I know where you're going to go with that. I think I'm already forecasting. I won't remove games that Mike has added. I'm struggling,
if you really, really want to, but it depends which one.
I'll probably get rid of Street Fighter Alpha. So Street Fighter Alpha insane game, and also kind of like not rebooted, but Street Fighter was kind of like hitting a lull with Street Fighter 2 and just the deviations on that, and it really shook the formula up, revitalized the franchise. I mean, not revitalized, it just grew the franchise even more.
I think from memory, Alpha 2 is where that series really found its footing. That's where a lot of the hallmarks of that series really came into play, and obviously Alpha 3 was just like had so much stuff in it. So
yeah, I think Alpha 2 is the best, but Alpha I think had the biggest impact from like living through that. But yeah, we were going to remove it for now.
Yeah, I'm okay with
and
that.
By the way, any of these games that are removed, theoretically you could add back in with your one pick to add a game in to the 7 to 10 mark.
Could in theory, but I feel like there's already plenty of games on the screen left that will fall.
I know, I'm just saying. I'm just mentioning.
Like, to me, these are the clear. None of us are probably going to pick any of these games. That's why they're down there.
Yeah, maybe.
What do you guys think of MechWarrior 2? Amazing game.
Oh, amazing game.
So many fun memories of it. But are any of us really going to go pick that for Game of the Year?
It's borderline for me. Like 10 in the top 10.
Okay, keep it then. No, keep it.
I'm happy to remove it.
It's a no from me. Again, like that series was very important. Weirdly, I actually like the weird SNES ports of those games.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah. They're so tough, so very different. They're not 3D.
Yeah.
But,
any suggestions?
Many fun memories of MechWarrior.
I'm going to suggest Dragon Quest 6.
Yeah.
Honestly, I've never played it. I don't know if it's well regarded entry in the series. If it is, then I apologize, but I haven't played it, so I can't speak to it. So
yeah, I think in those early days, probably Dragon Quest 3 is the one that is in everyone's mind as the generational one that they really call out, and it's also the one that's getting the Octopath treatment. So
one day I'm going to play through them all, and then I'll regret that decision, I'm sure.
Yeah, but I think you got to also think, Swinny, it's going to go up against like Chrono Trigger, right? It definitely doesn't have that cachet for people. I'm just going to say Command and Conquer.
Ooh.
So that I actually had that high in my list, to be honest. It is in my top 10, my personal top 10 when I look at it. But I don't know, man. I'm starting to look through all these other games and I'm like, oh, geez, like how's it going to fit?
I agree. If this was the year that Red Alert hit, it'd be a different story for me.
Yeah, Red Alert, dude, I was going to say the exact same thing. Red Alert, man, I love that game.
I don't see. There's other things I'd taken out instead, like Fade to Black. As good as that game was, I don't know if had the same sort of impact.
Do you want to just put it on the borderline? And
I'll probably put it on the borderline.
A little bit later. We'll talk about it again. Fade to Black, I'll take out. Everyone comfortable with that?
Yep.
All right, that's done.
Good game. That was the sequel to
Terminal Velocity. I know that we spoke about Descent.
Wait, no, but whose turn? It's Mike's turn.
Oh, I don't know. Are we doing it in turns now?
I thought we would keep going around.
Let's keep going. It's working.
Okay, well, I would keep Darkseid 2.
Keep.
No, we're eliminating.
We're eliminating. I just want to make sure we're keeping it.
Fuck me.
What Panzer Dragoon? Was that any? I haven't played it, so I don't know.
That game was probably one of the biggest Saturn games, but I never played the original. I think it's important for us to at least acknowledge the fact that that was one of the biggest games of that era.
It's the biggest Saturn game. I think it's the biggest Saturn game.
Yeah, but also I know that the love is more so for like your Panzer Dragoon Saga, where it kind of the series, where it went as opposed to the first game. But I don't think any of us are going to put it in our top 10.
No. I had it in my like 18. Oh, no, I didn't. I didn't even have it in my 18. Okay.
So I think it's probably out.
Yeah, it's out. Panzer Dragoon.
It's getting tougher.
What's the game? I can't see what it is. The first game on the top row now.
The adjusted one. Polestar.
Polestar, what is that? I can't see what that game is.
Let me just look it up.
Clearly,
Arcade.
we don't know what it is, so we're not going to be choosing it. So that's my choice. So
yeah, Neo Geo game.
Yeah, it obviously could be a great game.
Well, highly regarded by a lot of people.
Let me just see a screenshot of it, but I don't think it's going to make it regardless. So.
It's a horizontal shooter. But yeah, let's remove it. It's actually highly regarded by a lot of people. I didn't know if you guys had played it before, so I wanted to make sure it's on the list. I haven't played it.
You're up next.
My removal, and we should be removing games that we care about. Super Bomberman 3. I absolutely adore Bomberman and the SNES Bomberman. I know the Saturn Bomberman is probably the best Bomberman in that era. You could play 10 players. I do think on the SNES, the series did peak probably with Bomberman 5. You could just do so much crazy shit in that. That was only Japan only. But I used to play that a lot. It was really fun. Super Bomberman 3 is the Western release. That's the latest. It was great, but I think that's got to go.
Yeah, I love it, but yeah, we got to cut. We got to cut the ones we love as well. So.
Cut the ones we love. All right, Mike, what's a cut?
What's the one with the half-naked dude? Top row.
Tekken.
The original Tekken.
The first game.
Yeah, maybe focus on ones that you would cut.
Specifically the PlayStation Tekken. Yeah. The arcade release was released in 94. Late 94, yeah. I believe.
Just getting hard. What's the bottom left? Sorry, not the bottom left, not Kirby's Avalanche, above Kirby's Avalanche.
Toshin, is that Toshinden? I can't see.
Battle Arena Toshinden.
I think we can cut that.
Yeah,
that is
all right.
That series got better with I think number 2.
Yep.
But it's just there's better games, unfortunately. So
you got to cut one of your games, Mike.
He could just call that out, so it's my turn.
Oh, okay.
What about XCOM? XCOM Terror from the Deep. I've never played it.
I don't know. The original XCOM.
No, this is the sequel, I believe.
Oh, I thought it was the first one.
Sequel to the original?
So I was looking it up because I wasn't sure. Let me double check that because I thought it said it was a sequel to XCOM something.
Oh, I think this is just the wrong image. I think
so. I'm just going on there now.
Oh no! You're right.
It's a sequel to XCOM UFO Defense.
Yeah. Okay, then we'll take that one out. Right. Sorry, I thought it was the original for some reason.
Yeah, the original was 94.
Yeah.
All right, that's out. All right, Comic Zone.
Yeah, I think we need to
insanely cool game.
I know.
We don't actually have good reps for like Genesis specifically, and Comic Zone is definitely one of them. We're very much like, at least Swinny and I, Nintendo boys back in those days. Definitely want to shout it out.
This is my favorite Genesis only game on here, honestly.
Same for me, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. Although some of the games
we keep saying Genesis, it's the bloody Mega Drive.
Mega Drive for us, yeah. But I mean, I do think sometimes the Genesis version's probably a little bit superior in some of these games. Earthworm Jim, I think, is better.
Not sure about the sequel. I think the first one.
Okay, maybe just
first one, maybe. But yeah. Anyway, it's gone. So
that was a quick drag.
Back up to me again.
All right, so we're getting there. Like, so just to catch everyone up, we've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 15 games in our top 10. Sounds like us. And then we've eliminated like a shed load of games, like 50 games. And then we've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16 games to decide. So we've got about 30 games in a top 10.
This process is working well so far. So.
Yeah, it's not too when we're making all the easy decisions.
Yeah, but we're getting there.
I know. That's the strategy I use at work. Just do all the easy stuff. Just lull people in a false sense of security, and then trick people.
All right, Mike.
Come on, Mike.
Ooh, tricky one. So as much as I want to keep it on the list, I know we can't keep everything, so I'm gonna have to take Crusader out.
Where am I looking at?
Crusader No Remorse in the middle.
Crusader No Remorse.
What do you guys think?
It's a game that I always wanted to play. I never got a chance. It always looked cool. It's like the game I'd see in magazines, and I'm like, oh, that game looks sweet.
Yeah. But I don't know if
So I'm going to suggest I'm going to suggest Phantasy Star 4. Now, Phantasy Star 4 is...
You're just hating on the Genesis Mega Drive community.
So Phantasy Star 4 is, I think, regarded as the best Phantasy Star game. I just haven't played it, so I can't speak to it. And I've only played through Phantasy Star 2, and that game has a lot of issues. It was all right, but I just don't think, as great as I've heard that Phantasy Star 4 is, it's not going to make our top 10. So that's why I'm suggesting it be cut. Not because it's a bad game.
Yeah, I struggle. So this game is super highly regarded, insanely highly regarded, and just put bias on the table, right? we didn't grow up, Swinny or I, really, like with a Mega Drive. So I don't think we have that kind of like rose-tinted glasses on games. And I'm sure that we over-egg some of the Super Nintendo games that we love. I actually have tried to play this game, and it didn't gel with me, man. It really didn't gel with me. So, yeah, we can't make the list. Damn.
Yeah. Unfortunate. One day I'll hope to play it.
Oh, this is an easy one, actually. X-Men Children of the Atom. Cool arcade game. Like, such a cool game. But I just, don't know. I feel like there's better arcade games on this list that we haven't even put in there. But I don't know. I'm thinking we remove it. What do we think?
Yeah, it's kind of, I agree. It's such a cool game.
Such a cool game. All right, Mikey.
Oh, maybe potentially controversial, but Terminal Velocity?
I don't think it's controversial.
Well, it's a huge game.
I'm happy to remove it.
But yeah, that's my next one.
Apogee. It's I agree. I love Terminal Velocity. I'm glad that it took this long for us to cut it. It's a very important game of early 3D on the PC. I think it's great, but unfortunately, it's not going to make our top 10.
Yeah, I agree. All right. Jesus.
All right, it's my time to Pete.
Oh, is it your turn? Okay, sorry. Yeah, you go.
So I'm going to suggest we cut Tekken.
Oh, whoa. We're getting into the deep cuts now. Shit. Really?
I say that as a Tekken fan.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Because the first Tekken's very rough.
It is very rough.
Yeah. Tekken 2 is where the series is like, that's where it became the series that people love to this day. The first Tekken I played heaps. Like, I played that game so much. It's just really rough, and it's kind of, and it's understandable that it's rough. It was the first game in a series. It was the early 3D fighters. I just don't think it's going to make our top 10. It was almost like a good prototype for what Tekken 2 would be. And obviously Tekken 3 is one of my favorite games of all time. So
I mean, like, let's talk about this, right? Let's lift the hood on this. So the way we do this is we are picking when it first released in English-speaking countries, right? And then there's weird exceptions. And see, Tekken's one of them. So Tekken was released in arcade in 94 and then PlayStation in 95. Tekken 2 was released in the arcades in the West in 95. So should Tekken 2 be on the list?
No. Because I think that for me, the notable, like,
the seminal release is the PlayStation one.
Yeah, that's like, we get to make these choices. I'm not saying
we hold the pen, motherfucker.
I'm saying this is not like, it has to be exactly what everyone's going to agree with. I think if we're going to represent any game, even in these discussions, the notable one of 94 to me was the PlayStation port of Tekken 1.
Yeah.
And if we were talking 96, then I guess that was when Tekken 2 was ported, I think, 96.
Yeah, correct. Yeah.
Then you'd be talking about Tekken 2 in 96. Yeah.
Look, I just want to raise it, because I'm sure someone will raise it. But
yeah.
Look, it wasn't that big. I don't know. Maybe it's just the arcades that we went to. Tekken wasn't that big in the arcades we went to. Now, I know that Tekken was really big in the arcades, but maybe that's more so in Japan and the US. But it was definitely the PlayStation version was massive. That was my recollection of it.
It's not a controversial opinion to say that Tekken 1 was was rough around the edges.
Yeah.
Like, it's a lot of people think
that.
Yeah, no,
but
totally. It's fun.
People
it's
love
fun.
It,
and so I think, unfortunately.
Okay.
I'm raising it up the ranks though on the
in the pile.
There we go. It's on the top of the
sneaking up just
rejected pile. Shit, it's above actually some of the other stuff I wanted to put in. All right, my go. I had one. What was it? Oh yeah. So we're gonna cut the children that we love. I gotta go Time Crisis.
Yes, I agree. Because how are we even gonna play it?
No, there's arcades. I've got an arcade that has Time Crisis. I absolutely adore Time Crisis.
So we'd have really to go to an arcade to play that.
Okay, yeah. Breakdown lockdown just for that.
I agree.
In Sydney, I think you're actually allowed to go to the arcade. It's bizarre.
What?
I know. Yeah, just before Mike interrupted, and you're well and truly back to your Interrupter-in-Chief title. Yeah, this game was unreal. Like, it was so cool. This and Point Blank were just as far as gun games, and maybe House of the Dead. That was just the fucking peak period of like light gun games in the arcade. And I, in a way, I think light gun games have just so fallen away because of the technology you have at home with, you know, LCD, flat panels, stuff like that. It doesn't support it. So I think it's really killed the arcade version of these games.
I think we take it up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fantastic game. Love that game. Love that game. I'm also going to put it up. Where is it?
Oh, okay. So Ridge Racer.
Wait, is that a game you love?
I did very much so on PlayStation, yeah.
I like he protects all of his shitty games.
No. They're not shitty games.
Is Beavis and Butthead legitimate? Is that literally going to be?
Beavis and Butthead still?
Nah.
Because it's a legitimately great game.
Swinny,
shut up.
Is there any universe that's going to be in our top 10?
No.
Okay.
What?
Same. It's gone. That's your pick, Mike.
What? Are you serious? Hang on. Keep it near the top because that might be the one where I shove it in.
Oh, come on, mate. Really?
Okay.
Put it back.
What the hell is it? Is the game?
Put it back.
I'm going to think about how this is going to work. Okay. The way we're going to do this is I'm doing rules on the fly. I don't know if I want this rule, actually. I was just thinking about it.
Let's just keep going what we're doing.
I'm thinking if someone does something so insane, I'm like, we should be able to burn our own choice to remove it.
No, you can't.
Maybe if two people go against it.
They have one choice and they have to be able to keep that choice.
All right, let's keep going. So, Mike, you're suggesting Ridge Racer? You know what? Yes. I'm going to agree. Ridge Racer was so important for the PlayStation.
Oh.
Like, pretty much most PlayStation platforms, and you know, at least for the first few, launched with a Ridge Racer game.
Yep.
Ridge Racer Type 4 is probably my favorite racing game outside of like your arcadey Mario Kart stuff. But the original Ridge Racer, kind of like Tekken, was like, to me, like a rough prototype for where the series would go.
Okay. Yeah, I'm on the same page.
Okay, cool.
All right.
Do we want to just go from the left?
Mike, let's just keep going. So Jumping Flash is a game I love, but it's not going to make a top 10. Let's be serious. I just wanted to at least just acknowledge that that's probably the first PlayStation game I ever played, and it was just really, really neat, really, really cool and unique. And there've been very few games like the Jumping Flash game since. So I reckon we cut it.
All right, cut. I'm as the Nintendo shill on the podcast. I think given that we have Kirby's Dream Land 2 in our top 15, top 10 list, I think Kirby's Avalanche we can remove. Very, very cool game, but I just can't see it as a top 10 game.
I agree. I love that game so much.
Yeah.
Was it Kirby's?
Kirby's it's on the tip of my tongue.
Yeah, so I had another title, but basically it's Puyo Puyo, and Puyo Puyo is great.
Ghost Trap.
Yeah. But it's also Puyo Puyo. You know, so
sorry,
I agree.
We should just call out that, you know, for people who are too young, back, you know, when we were growing up, games would often be called other things in different regions. It's just really strange. And then
like Resident Evil and Biohazard.
Well, no, not really like that. I'm talking about like English releases. So Kirby's Avalanche was US, and then for us it was Kirby's Ghost Trap. But that's also weird for us because we grew up as well playing emulated stuff. So then I started to learn the US names of things as well. So, all right, that's confusing. Cool. That was me. So you're next, Mike.
Question about Killer Instinct.
Can we just call out quickly? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 games left.
Okay. Quick question about Killer Instinct. Is that just the SNES version specifically that year?
Yeah, specifically that.
Oh, God. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like if it's a version that...
Are these games you love? I feel like you're picking everyone else's game.
I did, but I can't say I loved the SNES version specifically. So...
Have you ever played the SNES game?
I have. I have a SNES.
Okay.
So, but that particular game particularly on SNES, I don't know. It's not. It was a real release, so to speak, right? So it wasn't really
the SNES
groundbreaking.
The SNES version is basically considered to be the major release of that game by most people.
Yeah, I would definitely consider it like
super like massive, that game, when it came out. It came with an awesome soundtrack. I love Killer Instinct.
So we got to keep it then.
I don't think it's going to make our top 10.
Yeah, I think given the other games that you guys have whacked into the top 10 as well. So we have 15 in the top 10, and then we've got 6 on the outer.
Tough one.
I think we take it. I still feel like it might come back, but yeah, okay. Bye-bye.
Yeah, keep it near the top-ish.
Combo breaker.
Yeah, it might come back up.
Okay, I'm gonna bring it up again. I think we need to get rid of Command and Conquer.
Okay, fine.
I just think that there's just too much other stuff.
It's a tough one because between that and Warcraft 2, if we're gonna have to pick one, it's gonna probably be Warcraft 2.
That was my thinking. So I actually originally had Command and Conquer like kind of above Warcraft 2, and then I'm like, nah, Warcraft 2. I played that a lot, and then Red Alert is just so much better in my mind that I can't shake it. Oh, geez, sorry.
No, I'm just trying to just push this along.
Breath of Fire 2. I think we should remove that.
Wait. Man, that's such a good game.
It is such a good game, but
I have to look it up.
Unfortunately, it's Chrono Trigger, Secret of Evermore. I love those games more.
Well, yeah, Earthbound, you got like a shitload of RPGs.
I don't love Earthbound more than Breath of Fire 2.
No, I'm just saying that, in the relative scheme of things, and then what our own preferences are and everything as a collective. It's not going to be in your top 2, potentially even, of RPGs.
Breath of Fire 2 is also pretty slow to start, so let's cut.
Oh, we're down to 3, so we got, what is this? Darkseid 2, Virtua Fighter 2, and The Dig.
All right, Mike.
Ooh.
At some point, you're going to have to pick one of these PC games.
I know. So, god damn it.
Yeah, you can't have 100 of these PC games in the list.
I know I can't. So the problem is a lot of point-and-click games came out that year. And really good ones too, like The Dig, Full Throttle, Darkseid 2.
I have no mouth.
Yeah. Look, as much as I really want to play it again and maybe even try to make you guys play it, I'm going to have to take out Darkseid 2.
Darkseid 2.
So Darkseid 2 was the H.R. Geiger style one, was it?
Yes. Yeah. But it was a sequel to the original, more realistic looking.
It's funny, with all these lists, we've just been taking everything. We could have just removed everything.
Yeah, so my choice, unfortunately, I'm going to choose Virtua Fighter 2.
To remove, interesting.
Yeah. I mean, it's a fantastic game. It's probably the game I played the original the most in the arcades, but number 2 stepped it up so much that we've got to cut this stuff. We've got to cut it. I love Virtua Fighter 2, but we've got to cut it.
Yeah, I had it on my list as well, but I guess we remove it. It's tough because as soon as you remove it, you kind of don't think about these games at the bottom that have been dragged down.
Yeah. I
don't even really know The Dig, so I can't really comment.
Really cool adventure game.
LucasArts,
yeah.
I think at this point, I just expand everything out, right? So let's just make this a 16.
Yeah.
And let's try to nail it down to 6.
I never got a chance to play The Dig. I know it's very well regarded, but the thing is, there's to me a LucasArts game that I'm very, very fond of in this list already.
Yes.
In Full Throttle. So if I'm going to choose any LucasArts adventure game, I'm going to choose Full Throttle to be here.
That's the thing. Yeah, that's the thing with me as well. I don't know if you just want to call it straight now. I love The Dig, but we can't have 50 different point-and-click adventure games on this list. So
we can kill The Dig.
There's already 3.
Would you want to kill The Dig then?
Reluctantly, yes.
Okay. So we're down to 15 now, people.
Very reluctantly.
So what I'm doing is I'm just resizing these things so that we can see it a little bit clearer.
Now, I'm suggesting we do something a little different. Do we want to see if there's any games that we all have on our list?
Well, that's exactly what I was going to do. So this is the 6, yeah? This is the 6. So top 6. No debate. Just like, is it on yes or no? Move on, yeah?
Yeah.
Do it like that?
Yep.
Cool.
Okay, do you want to just quickly rotate through, or should I just read them all out, or what should we do?
Just go one by one and maybe we'll see if it's all on our list.
Well, I'll skip the ones that aren't on my list, so I won't even say them, okay?
Okay.
Okay. Full Throttle?
Full Throttle's on mine.
Yep. on mine as well.
Okay, so that's in the 6 already. Maybe. That's not 100% definitive, by the way. Chrono Trigger.
It's on
mine list.
Donkey Kong Country 2, Diddy's Conquest.
It's on mine.
Quick Mike.
And by the way, when I say on mine, it's in,
okay,
it's
move
in
on.
my 10. It's
Yoshi's
in my
Island.
10. It's in my 10.
I'm doing 6, Swinny. I'm doing 6. Because I just want to just cut some of them out so then we can.
Well, then Chrono Trigger's not on my 6.
Whoa. All right, no comment. That's what I said. So I'm moving this out then.
Full Throttle is.
I'm moving Full Throttle back out.
Full Throttle's on my 6.
Yeah.
No, but it's not on my 6. Yoshi's Island. Yoshi's Island.
Wait.
It's not working at all.
Right.
Let's clarify. Top 6?
Let's clarify. We're doing it's in our 10 or in our 6?
Huh?
Are we doing it's in our 10 list?
It's in our 6 list. It's in our 6 list.
Okay, now I've got to order mine.
No, it doesn't need to be in order. It's just what's in the 6.
No, I have to order it so I can read it.
Okay, sorry. Yoshi's Island?
Yeah, that's definitely my top.
It's not in my top 6.
Earthbound?
Not in my top 6.
Not in my top 6.
So there's no 6 games.
I don't know if we
have
any.
We all only have top 6. Fuck me. Okay, so everyone, we're 2 hours into this podcast, and I feel like this is going to go for 5 hours. This now.
So,
okay,
I was going to say, what's your argument for Tactics Ogre into it?
Oh, I love tactics games, and this was one of the preeminent tactics games. Didn't come out in the West, but has been translated and everything like that. And yeah, it's just one of the top tactics games from that era. It's kind of like predating Final Fantasy Tactics.
Do you think it's going to hang with the other RPGs in this list?
Oh, it's different. I know it's an RPG, but it's a different sort of gameplay style as well.
But do you think it's going to hang with Chrono Trigger and you know, I guess Earthbound and all that stuff?
I'd put it above all but 2.
Okay.
I'd eliminate Secret of Evermore first before that one.
Yeah, that's not happening.
Well, no, I'm just saying you're asking the question. All right, do you want to do top 10s then? What's in the top 10?
All right, I think that makes sense.
Okay,
so,
Full Throttle. I think
Full Throttle is in the top 10. Yeah.
Chrono Trigger, we all said it.
Okay, so Chrono Trigger's in the top 10.
back to the drawing board.
Donkey Kong Country 2.
Yes, in my top 10.
Mike,
no,
quick, just say yes or no.
No, it's not. But I don't really
we'll move on. Worms
in there, so.
Yes.
Okay. I can't believe Worms is there, but not fucking Donkey Kong Country 2. Moving on. I said no comment. No comment. Yoshi's Island.
Yes.
Quick, Mike. It's just yes or no.
Yes.
No, is it in your top 10?
It's not.
No, it's not.
Well, then that's the answer, you idiots. No. Earthbound.
Yes.
Never played it, but yes.
Okay.
Is it in your top 10, Mike?
Have you got a top 10 list? I feel like you're just making it up as we go.
No, it is. But I've never played it, but I want to play it. So it's in my top 10 because I heard so much about it.
So just to recap for people. So Full Throttle, Chrono Trigger, Worms, and Earthbound. 4 games are in the top 10 sphere.
Warcraft 2.
No. That's not in my top 10. Oh, well, I feel like we should eliminate that.
If it's in either top 10s, sure. I mean, it's in my top 4, but okay, let's take that. But see, the problem is you guys are very heavily SNES biased.
Well, that's why we've got the one game to whack in as well. But let's just keep it.
You say that, and there's 2 PC games on the right already, so...
True,
okay, fair enough. Okay, so World of Warcraft 2 has to go out then if you guys don't have it.
What doesn't have to go out?
World of Warcraft 2? What?
Sorry, Warcraft 2. Oh, God.
Earthworm Jim 2? Earthworm Jim 2.
Mike... Earthworm Jim 2 is very high for me. So
okay, Mike.
Mortal Kombat 3. What are we doing with that one?
The Mortal Kombat 3 is way out of the list for me.
It's out of my list too. So
it's not for me, but put it up with Warcraft then. It fits the same sphere. So.
And I think Earthworm Jim 2 sounds the same because that's definitely not in my anywhere near my top. It's not even my top 18.
Oh, that's travesty, man.
So I'd like to have I Have No Mouth and Now My Scream, but I don't feel like you guys have that.
But do you have that in top? Like, I've never played it. That's part of the problem.
Yeah, that's the unfortunate part for me as well.
But is it high on your list?
No,
yeah, it's not.
The problem is...
Like, at least Warcraft 2, you're like, that's 4th, right? That's different.
Yeah. So I've got Heroes as well. So if I had to eliminate one right now, it'd have to be that, purely because you guys won't
have
it. I could force it in as my one, but
let me make it small.
Beavis and Butthead's going to get that one.
Let's make it small. It won't. I'm not going to add it. I'm controlling this. I'm not going to fucking.
What do you mean? It's an awesome point.
Sorry, edit. I'm going to fucking unilaterally decide. No.
I'm going to suggest something to cut if you want.
Tactics.
Just to get.
I know what you're going to say, Swinny. I know what you're going to say.
I love this game.
I know what you're going to say.
I love it so much, but Kirby's Dream Land 2.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I love it so much, but it's not going to hang with the other games. I know.
Well, it got a good fair shake. I
just know it.
I'm going to say, and this hurts me, second Densetsu 3.
I agree.
I don't love it more than Secret of Evermore. And I think that is a bit of bias because, I didn't play it at the time because it didn't come out over here.
Okay.
We're getting there. We're getting there.
Mike, Heroes of Might and Magic.
It's one of my faves.
Can I add one thing? Okay, so let's be real. There's no way that Donkey Kong Country 2 and Yoshi's Island isn't going to be in a top 10. Are we all?
Yeah, there is.
Nah, no way, man.
Well, no, but okay. So
for people who haven't,
those games are probably going to be in the top 10 because it's Indigo on my top 10. So I'd say that if two people have it in the top 10, then it should probably be on maybe in the middle.
Consideration, at least, yeah.
Maybe let's put
it here.
I think that works.
Well, look, I acknowledge they're great games, but you guys are very heavily SNES biased because that's what you played during that era.
Yeah, and that was the biggest platform.
We are. I'm not going to lie.
I think there's a million people who've been inspired by Yoshi's Island and Donkey Kong Country 2. I'm not so sure about,
Heroes of Might and Magic. Are you serious?
No, I was going to say this one. What is it called? I have no mouth and I must scream.
Yeah, look, I think that's going to have to go out because there's no way it's going to pass with you guys. So as much as
don't say we're not like we played PC back then as well. There's two PC games that are in the top 10.
So basically, we only need to cut 2 more.
Yep.
And then we need to figure out the 6th.
Oh, is that how we... Yeah, I guess you're right, actually.
So Tactics Ogre. Let's revisit that one. How much do you really care about that game? Did you play it back in the day so much? And I don't care about it at all. I don't even... Yeah.
You guys are haters, man.
For me, it's like, whatever.
It's not hater. I just don't... It's not like... We have to cut good games.
Yeah, gonna have to cut them.
Okay.
We cut a few of my faves.
All right, I'll put it down.
Okay.
I cut Kirby.
You pricks. Put it over the Bigwig and Gaming logo.
Okay.
Now it's Buy Weekend Gaming.
So hey, we'll get a bigger audience, I reckon.
All right, so Mortal Kombat 3.
Oh, man.
Yeah. I don't have it in my 18. Look, Swinny.
I know, that was probably my favorite.
I will put these... No, Mortal Kombat 2 is way better in my view than Mortal Kombat 3. Mortal Kombat 2, we're having a different conversation for me. But
Mortal Kombat 3 was such a huge game at the time.
Yeah, I got nothing to say about Heroes of Might and Magic. I'm not saying it's a bad game, right? But I 100% put fucking now I'm doing what your thing. Warcraft 2, Earthworm Jim, and Secret of Evermore ahead of Mortal Kombat 3 for me personally.
Mortal Kombat 3 is really high on my list. Fuck.
Well, okay, let's talk about these other games then. Secret of Evermore, what do you think about that, Mikey? Have you ever played that?
No, I haven't.
That game. That game is not getting cut. Let me just put it that way.
All
right, let's cut Mortal Kombat 3. I'm more passionate about Secret of Evermore than I am Mortal Kombat 3. Right. Sorry.
It would just even threaten it and it goes away.
Sorry, Smoke. Sorry, Cyrax. And
it's a great game, but it just, to me, not even as good as the predecessor.
So we've got our 10, by the way.
Oh, have we?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, shit. Okay. So, okay, where we're at, listeners, Heroes of Might and Magic, Earthworm Jim 2, Warcraft 2, Secret of Evermore, Yoshi's Island, Donkey Kong Country 2, Full Throttle, Earthbound, Worms, and Chrono Trigger. Now what we need to do is pick 6 nominees. Then they are locked in. They're locked in at that point. Yeah? That's what we're doing.
Yeah.
And then after that process, we have to do 7, 8, 9, 10. And we all have one veto vote to whack a game in if we want to do that.
So I reckon we have to lock in the ones that got all 3 in our top 10.
Nah, I don't think so.
To me, that's an easy solution.
Yeah, I'd say it's an easy solution.
I think Chrono Trigger it cannot possibly not be. I think, look, I understand it's not in your top 10, Swinny.
No, it is in my top 10.
Sorry, on top 6. Let me have this argument. I understand it's not in your top 6, but I think it would be ridiculous if we try to decide the best game of 1995 when we don't have a game. And I'm not saying it's my favorite game, but we don't have a game in there that is considered by a lot of people as their favorite game of all time. Forget about 1995. I just think that would be a ridiculous thing to do. That we have here's our 6 nominees and Chrono Trigger's not even there. It'd be like idiotic.
I think I'd like to also point out that some people think Beavis and Butthead was their favorite game of 1995.
Sweetie, what do you think of what I'm saying?
They can't even have it.
There's 7 games here that I like more than Chrono Trigger.
But you understand what I'm saying, Swinny?
Yeah, I understand, but this is like, I'm not going to lie. Chrono Trigger, I appreciate Chrono Trigger. I'm not a huge fan of Chrono Trigger. I would love to replay it, don't get me wrong, and I plan on replaying it as part of this. I understand why it's so beloved. It's just, to me, there's games I love more here.
But still, my argument that how can we consider what the best game of 1995 is when it's not compared to Chrono Trigger at some point?
Mike, what do you think?
I feel like Chrono Trigger is one of the games we have to do.
Okay, then it's one of the games.
All right, so our first nominee is Chrono Trigger.
I am unhappily happy to concede Warcraft 2 if we have to.
Oh, I'm not. As a top 6? Nah, no way.
The problem is there's really hefty competition.
I reckon Worms need to be in our 6.
I'm on board with that. I love Worms. I think Worms is one of the greatest local multiplayer games ever.
A lot of people with the current day style of Worms are probably wondering, thinking we're insane.
Yeah, I know. What the fuck, this Worms Rumble game? What the fuck are these idiots doing?
The original Worms and some of the sequels were so good, and they were just like playing the original Worms on PC was some of my favorite gaming moments. That, like, not just that year, but in that, like, the next few years after, just like naming your own teams and going to your mate's place. And I had my team based on like Arnold Schwarzenegger films, and it was just such a good game. Like, honestly, I could still play Worms to this day and still.
Well, no, you can't, because I bloody bought Worms to play with you, and you still haven't played with me.
Yeah, you keep saying that. I
think I have it as well, actually.
What do you mean you don't know what I'm talking about? I'm going to search for it.
Anyway, that's not what we're talking about.
We take extensive notes.
Look.
So where we're up to? We've only got 2 games in our top 6 nominees.
So this is really controversial to say, but as much as I love Full Throttle, I don't know if it's going to be a top game in the end. Amazing game, loved it to bits, super fun memories, but I don't know, because this is really tough now. There's too many good games here. There's no replayability. What do you think? So?
I think it's in my 6, but
same.
I think it's probably a good placement for it. In the, like, let's say, in the
7, 8, 9,
4
10.
kind of is all right, but I'd be all right with it in the 6. So to me, like,
it's not very definitive what you just said.
No, but I'm just like, to me, it is like a good number 6 game.
But it's borderline, you're saying?
Yeah.
There's so many other good number 6 games is the problem.
Thing is, there's games on here that I absolutely love that you guys just don't love, so it's like...
Oh, no. Yeah, look, probably Earthworm Jim 2 is the only one that I don't love. I think it's a great game, but
I don't love it. I think it's great too, but
I love Secret of Evermore. I do love that game.
Yeah. All right, then.
This is tough business.
How about we chuck in Yoshi's Island? Come on, it's got to be in there.
Oh,
it's got to be like that's. It's got to be in the 6. I'm telling you now, it is in the 6.
Well, I think that as well.
There's no way we leave without that in the 6.
Partially, the whole reason why I picked 95 is to compare Chrono Trigger, Yoshi's Island, and Donkey Kong Country 2.
Yeah, it's Indigo. Is it in? 100%.
Well, for me it is, but then I don't want to also just feel like, this actually happened to me last time with you two idiots, where I was on the outer and then I had no fucking way to.
There's no idiots
Portal
here.
2. Portal 2 is not top 6 game.
There's no idiots here.
Anyone who disagrees with me is an idiot.
We do not insult each other into God.
Wait, how long have you known me? 30 years? I think that's my MO.
Yoshi's Island is 100% a top 6 for me.
Yeah, it has to be Mike. Sorry. It has to be Mike. Dude, top 6, much higher than 6.
I can't argue with you guys. I mean, it's not. I have no affinity for it, but I get it. You guys have fond memories of it.
I say this, Mike. We have to put Donkey Kong Country 2 in, but let's. We
have to. Why do we have to?
We have to.
Sell it to me.
Well, number one, we have always, since the start of the podcast, debated, is Yoshi's Island better than Donkey Kong Country 2? They're pretty different games. Actually, Yoshi's Island kind of is, it's almost like came about because of what Rare was doing with Donkey Kong Country 1 as well with the graphics. And just to me, they're just peak platforming. Like they're probably the two of my favorite platformers. Maybe not necessarily the best ever, but definitely my favorite platformers of all time. And I just think, again, it's that whole thing of like, if we take a step back, it's like, are we not going to compare these games? It just seems insane to me. But what I'm saying is, as a bargain, I reckon we pull one of your PC games through to the top 6.
Oh, really?
What do you think? What do you think, Swinny?
Well, I definitely don't have reverence for Warcraft or Heroes Might Magic, but I'm not the only vote here. I understand how important Warcraft 2 was, don't get me wrong. I just don't have a love for the game.
I feel like between them, purely because you also wanted to include Warcraft into GOT.
Yeah, I'd be happy
to be Warcraft instead of Heroes. Even though personally, I think I probably enjoyed Heroes more. But
I'd probably say Full Throttle out of the 3 PC games. So let's drag the PC games. So these are the PC games.
Yeah,
and then here's the Super Nintendo games.
Hey, Full Throttle's the only PC game. Other than Worms, the only other PC game I have in my 10.
Yeah, I had Full Throttle was like 6, I think.
I really like Warcraft 2 with the desert area with the road.
Well, I'm kind of like saying, I think I feel like we have to include Diddy's Conquest. Then we've only got 2 more spots left. I feel like
but then
one of the PC games should slot in.
Swinny's not going to let go of Secret of Evermore.
No, wait. Let's discuss. So, to me, it makes sense to have Full Throttle, right?
Okay. So what do you think, Mike? I think you're more the casting vote on this.
I feel like it makes sense to have it because
Full Throttle, or
it was a year of Full Throttle. So it was a year of quite a few adventure games, and that one definitely stood out. So
that's representing all the
corpses
of all the other adventure games.
Of the other adventure games.
The Scum games.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, there were a lot of good ones like Beavis and Butthead.
And then do we bring through Donkey Kong Country 2?
100% has to be for me.
Okay. I like, dude, it's
doesn't for me.
It could be my number 1 game in that year. Like,
whoa.
Yeah, I know this is like 2 against 1 territory, but it genuinely is one of my favorite games of all time.
That's fair enough. Okay, this is a tough one. So
now we've got 1 left.
So I know Earthworm Jim 2 is not going to get in, right? So let's not even bother discussing that. It's not going to get in.
I'll put it down here for now.
No. Wait. It's still in the top 10. So Earthworm Jim 2 is to me like I love Earthworm Jim 1, but there was a lot of weird design choices and a lot of really rough levels in it. Earthworm Jim 2 was, when I played that game for the first time and beat it, I was just like, this game is freaking awesome. I know it's not beloved, but I'm really happy that it's at least in our top 10. So
for now.
Yeah. But you can always pull it in as your special.
Let's do it a different way, Swinny. Let's put the cards on the table. Let's say each person pitch what they think the 6th game should be. You know why? You know what? I was thinking, man, we're running so good on time in this podcast. I like them to be about 2 hours. And then this fucked us up, man.
I knew this wasn't going to be short, man.
Oh, it's really hard, man. It's really hard. So do you want to do this? So Swinny, you go first, then maybe Mike, and then I'll go last.
All right, I'm going to pitch Secret of Evermore is the 6th game. Secret of Evermore is one of my favorite games of all time. It is one of my favorite action RPGs of all time as well. That no secret, like that game is very high on my list. It has some of the coolest atmospheric like music, has an awesome alchemy system to it. It's the kind of game that I remember so much about it. It's like burnt into my brain. I beat that game probably about 10 times back in the day. I love Secret of Evermore so much. It is like one of the games I'm most passionate about in this entire list.
Mike?
So you're pitching yours now, Mike, not responding to that.
I love it. We just always have to coach
Mike. It's an audio, podcast.
It's just a tough one. It's just a tough one.
Indigo, are you ready to go then, Indigo?
Oh. No, he's going to go Beavis and Butthead.
No. I'm going to. Well, I will do that, but I am willing to let Warcraft and Heroes go.
No, but this is what you think your 6th game should be. The 6th game. You pitch it.
You go first. This is a tough one because on one hand, I think I'd enjoy playing something like Secret of Evermore. On the other hand, a game like Warcraft was huge, massive impact in that genre. So, and Heroes, I spent many an hours in Heroes, so it's a tough one.
So I'm going to say the 6th game should be Earthbound. So my whole dream was that it's going to be Chrono Trigger versus Earthbound, Yoshi's Island versus Donkey Kong Country 2, and then also the winners out of those games. It's like, is Donkey Kong Country 2, for instance, better than Earthbound or better than Chrono Trigger or better than Yoshi's Island, depending on how the cards fall with that. And then is it another game, a Full Throttle or Worms, get to sort of pip us to the post? I think from like an Earthbound perspective, just the impact that game has had, the follow-on, in so many games that are coming out even recently. I just think, all round, to me, that looks right. It looks right to be in the top 6 for me.
Okay.
Mikey?
That's right. Mike hadn't pitched this yet. No, I didn't realize you hadn't pitched yours yet.
So I will unpitch Heroes. Just to make it easy for us, because we got to decide.
No, pitch the game you want as number 6, man.
Just pick a fucking game.
Okay.
We're giving
Warcraft
Mike the vote. 2. Warcraft 2. Okay, why? Yeah.
Because it's a definitive game in the real-time strategy genre. And other than the fact that I have many
You're
fun
really
memories
stretching the length of this show out.
With zero insight. With zero insights.
You know what? Earthbound, because I've always wanted to play it.
Wow.
Earthbound's it.
I got to say, Sweeney, sorry. Earthbound, I think, is in the top 6.
He said it.
I think it's in the top 6. All right, we have to move on. So these are our top 6 nominees.
Now? Right. So each one of us can now put in a game.
Now, so this is the 7 to 10 so far, right? So these are our 7 to 10.
But now, can I swap something out?
Well, so you have the ability to whack something in, but then we have to remove something. So this is going to be a painful process.
Can I just remove something and put something in instead?
You can't remove it. You can only say it's going in.
Okay, Beavis and Butthead's going in.
No, it's not. It's not going in.
Dude, really?
It's a good game.
No, sorry. So no way.
No, I'm picking it.
No,
that's my choice. You don't get to dictate.
No,
Dictator.
Not gonna happen.
Mike, no. Jokes aside, is it literally?
Yes, I played it. I loved it. I'm putting it in.
It actually does have good reviews.
It's a good game. It's a really cool game. So
I feel extremely uncomfortable with this. I don't know, Mike. Did it really review well?
I don't care if it reviewed well. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, but this is like we're gonna bump out a game like Warcraft 2 or Secret of Evermore or Earthworm Jim or Heroes of Might and Magic to make way for Beavis and Butthead.
It happens.
It's not a joke. It's not a joke to me. What's your view, Sweeney?
if Mike is not joking, then I respect his wishes.
Look, I'm not joking, but if it's going to mean bumping out something like Warcraft,
of course that's what it means.
It's not as good of a game as Warcraft, so therefore, no, I'm not gonna. But I still want to make you guys play it.
Is this like a legit thing or what?
It's a legit thing. It's a really cool game. Yeah,
I'm sure it's actually probably a good game. I can't judge it. I've never played it, but it just seems like a ridiculous idea over these other games.
And by the way, all these other games were eliminated. You know, that we're saying Beavis.
Oh no, I didn't want that one eliminated. You eliminated Beavis and Butthead.
No, but are you seriously saying it's better than, you know, like Mech Warrior 2, Killer Instinct, Mortal Kombat 3?
Yes. To me it was, yeah. To me it was. It's way more memorable.
So it's a point and click. So it's better than the Dig.
Well, it's a point and click with more elements added to it. Like I remember there's a part where you can spit at people from the roof, and you gotta like aim and
to God's face right now.
Spit at people and stuff.
I'm always going. I want the community's involvement. Should we give Mike like half votes for these things? Don't give him that much power. So wait, what are we doing? Come on, the show's like getting insanely long now.
Okay. How about this? It's not out, but all of us get one game that we'd like the other person to experience.
No, we're not playing that game.
Not
I already said we have to play the top 6.
No, as a side
we don't have
thing,
to play 7 to 10.
No, as a side thing. As a this is a
move
game
move on.
I really wanted, but you guys eliminated it, but I'd really like you guys to play it. You know what I mean? We all have one of those games. I know we do. I'll play a tactics game, for example. I'll play it. I'll play it just to see what it's like.
All right, Mike, come on. We've got to move on. This is getting ridiculous.
Right. I'm happy. Honestly, I'm happy with this list and the honorable mentions.
Yeah, you could probably leave it as is, actually.
Yeah, I was going to be... This is why I kept Tactics Ogre over here. I was going to force it in, but I think that would be like like even for me, it's too much of an arsehole move because then we have to remove one of these games.
Yeah.
Like, I don't feel like Earthworm Jim should be there.
I think the whole veto thing worked when we did the shortlist last time. I don't think it works because we went through the process in detail this time, if you know what I mean. So I think that's really good. And when we go to do it, I'm assuming we'll obviously come up for the top 6 ranking. I'd like to rank those honorable mentions as well, so we end up having a top 10.
Yeah, no, 100%.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah. I'm really happy with this.
All right, let's do that.
I would have loved Secret of Evermore. It's literally second on my list. But I understand that we went through a process to get those 6.
But hang on, it is quite possible that you and I play Secret of Evermore again, and I go, "Oh my god, it's the most amazing game of 1995."
It'll be 7th.
Really? Yeah, we're locking this
100%. So the rules are we have to play the top 6, have to all play the top 6, and then 7 to 10, it's up to you if you want to play it or not. Like, better if we all play it, but no force. And we'll rank it. So these are all ranked, the top 6 from 1 to 6, and then we're ranking 7 to 10, 7 to 10.
And for anyone that obviously, like, there's a lot of people that love the games that got cut. You know, we cut Tekken, we cut bloody Mortal Kombat 3. We cut some really beloved games. And unfortunately, there's just what happens when you have to choose the top games of the year. You're going to have to cut stuff.
Swinny and I apologize profusely, and Tigot doesn't give a shit because he's an asshole.
Well, but it's our list, and you know, this is not my top 6 nominees.
He's not denying it.
Well, you've got to be true to oneself. But you know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't necessarily have all these games in my top 6, you know, and I'm sure we're all the same with that. So
yeah, of course. Yeah, I had a different top 6.
Did we want to quickly say how many people, like, out of the 10 games that they had listed personally, how many games didn't make it? So out of my,
I think we're already going pretty long. So.
No, I just want to say, out of my top 10, only 2 games didn't make it. So I'm really happy with this list overall.
Well, Tactics Ogre was in my top 5.
Oh wow, okay.
So
yeah, that's weird. That's weird to me.
Tekken,
you do you.
Tekken was up there as well. And that was kind of acknowledging that it's not the best, but I think it's also just the impact that game had. Like, it is the definitive 3D fighter. And this was the first game, and it took the arcades by storm, and, you know, it was huge on the PlayStation. So, you know, that was in my top 10 for sure.
I think it goes without saying that Beavis and Butthead was legit in my top 6. But, you know.
I always tempted to play this game to see if it's, because if it's actually good, I'm gonna like go shit. Okay. if it's trash, I will never respect your opinion again.
Okay.
Cool. Well, we got it. We got this.
Cool. So this is what it is. So just to recap, our top 6 in no particular order for nominees for Game of Some Other Year, which we will determine at the end of the year, is Chrono Trigger, Worms, Yoshi's Island, Full Throttle, Donkey Kong Country 2, and Earthbound. Honorable mentions 7 to 10, Warcraft 2, Heroes of Might and Magic, Earthworm Jim 2, and Secret of Evermore.